Okay, great to be here, Joe.
Yeah, thanks for having us. This is awesome.
Doing good. Doing good. Doing good. One, two. Un, deux, patate. Un, deux. Sorry.
Probably Bill Blofeld. He did it.
Maybe now. Check, check, check. For some reason my microphone's not working. Joe is the only one we can't hear. They can hear the contestants, they can't hear me. How about now? I think now is probably going to work. Check, check, check.
Oh, I think
there we go.
Says, I think we, yeah.
All right, sorry about that. All right, so I'll tell you what. Should I try this? Maybe I should try my little video again. Yeah, there you go. Let's try that again. All right, hopefully that was better. So what's up, guys? We're doing our first Bond Trivial Pursuit. I want to call it Tuesday Trivia, but I guess we're probably going to shake it up because we're going to try to get different time zones in here. So it might happen at different times, give or take. So
that's great.
Here's what we're doing. Bond Trivial Pursuit. Now, you get these things all the time, right? People give them to us for Christmas, and then we say to our family, hey, you want to play it with me? And they say, no, because you know all the answers, and no one else is going to guess all the answers. So I decided, all right, here's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to play it together. So welcome to Bond Trivia.
All right. It's great to be here. It's been a dream of mine to be here since dinner of last night.
And by the way, I got to say special thank you to my friend Matt from the Bond Complex, who at the last second jumped in, and he agreed to jump in. So hopefully everything will work out. All right, so here are the
Maybe this will help. Cheers, folks.
There you go. Thanks, man.
Salty.
I think I realized why that was happening. But all right, so the first one's always rough.
Did you put a quarter in the machine?
Add more coal.
So hope nobody has any plans tonight. Let's see. Let's try that again. All right. So the game rules again, real quick. Each correct answer is 3 points. If the player needs a hint, I'll give them the name of the movie that the question comes from. That'll get 2 points. If the player does not answer, the next player in line can take a shot at stealing. They'll get 1 point for the correct answer before they get their own turn at their own question. We'll play to 21 points. The last player will get a chance to tie, meaning if player 1 gets 21, player 2 and 3 will still get a chance to finish out. If they can tie, we'll do a tiebreaker. And of course, yours truly, head of section, will be the sole judge as to whether or not the answer is correct. I have no one else to judge for me, so you'll have to just sort of bear with me there. But I tend to be very generous, because that's just sort of how I roll. So with that in mind, I think we can start playing. So we're going to start at the top. Grant O'Brien, and then what I'm going to do, by the way, the categories, I'm just going to sort of run down the card, right? I'll roll the dice once, and that's where we'll begin. When I finish out the card, I'll roll out the dice again, so we can start from there, so that way people are not getting the same type of questions over and over. Okay. Everybody ready?
No,
ready.
Rough start.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I better put my seatbelt on. Okay, hang on.
So there you go. All right. I'm rolling the dice. You'll have to sort of trust me when I say it was green. So, Grant O'Brien, we'll start with you for the green question. Oh, by the way, the categories. I should say that. Cast of characters, the films, vehicles, gadgets and weapons, locations, and crew and behind the scenes. Grant, you got a green, so we're going to start with locations for you. All right, are we ready? Everybody ready now?
We're ready.
All
Roll
right.
it. Yeah.
Hopefully my sound effects will work too. That'll be a whole other fun thing. And by the way, I'll do a 10-second timer for everybody. All right, green. Here we go. I guess I should have worn my glasses too. Where is? Here we go. Ready, Grant?
Yeah.
Where is the 7-mile bridge where Sanchez escapes from custody?
Miami. I believe it's Miami. I know it's in that. Oh no, it's Key West, I believe. It's coming to mind.
Key West. I will give you Key West. Yes. The answer is the Florida Keys. So we will call that correct.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
Good
sweating.
job.
I'm telling you.
Got it all started, Greg. Good job.
Oh man, that's a lot of pressure.
All right. Ed, so that means you get the orange question, which is... I should keep this one up. I swear this will get smoother as we keep going. The orange question is crew and behind the scenes.
Okay.
I feel like that's a tough one, frankly, so I feel like you should get more points, but I guess we'll just... The question is, who wrote the screenplay for You Only Live Twice?
Richard Maybaum.
That is...
Actually,
correct.
no, it's Roald Dahl. Roald Dahl.
All right, I'll let you have that. Yes, it's roll. That is correct.
It went too fast. I need to take another sip, obviously.
Nicely done.
Roald Dahl. I caught myself.
Very cool. Matt, that means it's to you. You got to represent on behalf of the
Yeah.
Town Complex, my friend.
Double the pressure.
This is very true. All right. This is the casting characters question. Which Smith & Wesson wielding professor does Anthony Dawson play?
Professor Dent.
That is correct.
Good job.
Yeah, I felt I'm going to lose.
There you go.
I lose my co-host. I'm going to embarrass him.
What was he a professor of?
Tarantulas.
Mayhem. Mhm.
Yeah, there we go.
Mayhem.
All right. Grant, we're back to you. In the opening scene, Kronstein is a champion at what?
At chess.
That is correct. He's a champion at chess. Alrighty. Ed?
Hey,
Good
just
job.
thinking quick, if you're 6 questions on each card and you're going down, we're gonna get are you gonna mix it up so we get different categories?
Yes. Basically, once we finish one card, I'll roll the dice again, so we'll start at a different spot.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is. You're absolutely right. I did think of that. It would be not fun if we had to do the...
That's so bad. Behind the scenes questions.
Yeah. All right, Ed. What does the Acrostar fit inside?
What does the Acrostar fit inside?
Yes.
Space capsule.
That is incorrect.
Uh-oh. Sad trombone music.
Matt, you have you can score 1 point if you want to. If you can guess it.
It's horse's behind.
Of course, yes.
There you
Good
go.
job. Yes.
It says, yeah, it's a horse trailer / box. So we will give you 1 point for that one. Alrighty. And Matt, this is for you.
Oh.
Gadgets and weapons. What has to be recovered from the wreck of the St. George's?
The attack system.
The automatic targeting attack communicator, otherwise known as the ATAC. That is correct.
Whew.
Which brings you to 7. Nicely done. All right, gentlemen, that's 1 card down. I hope this is bearable so far. Is everyone enjoying this so far?
Very good, very good.
I need to have like background music and like attractive women behind me turning letters. All right, we're rolling the dice.
Here we go.
It is orange. So, Grant, you're starting with a question from crew or behind the scenes. Okay. Now, I guess when I said earlier that I would give you the name of the movie and it would cost you a point, I guess in this case I can't do that. I have to because the question is who sang the title song. I guess the idea is that you have to tell people what movie this is from. So it's Live and Let Die. Who sang the title song?
Paul McCartney and Wings.
Nicely done. Which takes you up to.
I guess that's crew. I didn't think of that as crew, but I guess I'm for it.
I guess if it's anything not as part of the story, I suppose it's kind of background. So I guess that's what that's about. Okay, Ed Swain, are you ready, sir?
Oh, yes.
Who plays Rose? This is cast and characters. Who plays Rosa Klebb?
The actress who plays Rosa Klebb, of
Yes.
course. For crying out loud. I figured when you asked me to do this that I'd get the questions where I know the answer after we got off the air.
God
I
damn.
don't recall.
No.
Oh man, that falls on me.
It's not Lucy. I know her first name is not Lucy.
Yeah. Well, let's don't say it now because we got to give it to Bond Complex to see if he can steal for 1 point.
Jeez. Oh my God. You know what?
This
If
is
wait. I have this on the tip of my lobe. Wait, I have to see the opening credits. It's
That's 5 seconds, sir.
Lunia, Lotte. God damn it!
Oh, yeah.
It's Lotte something.
Just
that.
spit it out.
Yeah.
Lotte Lania, I think.
Yeah.
That is correct. Lottie Lenya
Yeah.
is correct.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ugh.
Which
Barely
takes,
got it. Barely got it.
which
That's
takes you
tough,
to
man.
the 2 digits already. Oh my goodness! I thought this game was going to take forever, but I guess not. So Grant, we're back to you. The topic is just the films.
Okay.
What is Stacy's job with the state of California?
I believe she's a geologist.
That is correct. She is
I don't know if she's a good one.
Congrats.
Yeah. Technically, she's a geologist. I don't know if I would buy that really, but all right, nicely done. Which takes you all the way to 12 points. Nicely done.
Right.
All right, Ed.
Yes.
You gotta. This is your big redemption here, brother.
I know. I'm so far behind it. I'm ahead.
Okay. This is vehicles.
Mm.
What does Blofeld try to I'm sorry. In what does Blofeld try to escape from the oil rig?
Oh, he had that little, submersible, that silver submersible submarine that was hoisted over the crane and dropped in the water.
You remember what he called it?
Oh, his name for it?
Yeah. Put it this way. I'm going to give it to you anyway because it's the way it's written is one man sub or Bata sub. So.
Oh, okay.
that definitely works for me.
Well, I'm getting the fun ones.
Forever questions.
These are not. Yeah, these are not. Some of these, I think it's going to be kind of a variety. Some of these are going to be easy. Some of these are going to be crazy. Bond Complex, are you ready, sir?
Always. Throw it at me.
All righty. Which weapon does M tell Bond to stop using?
Oh, God damn it. It's a little pea shooter. Wait. Beretta. The Beretta.
Beretta is correct.
I shouldn't call it a pea shooter. I barely know anything about guns, but that's how it's been described to me.
All right,
Gun
so
goes pow, pow, I'm okay.
We're doing pretty good. Grant with 12 points, Ed with 6, very respectable, and Bond Complex just nudging out in front with 13.
Wow.
Lucky number, I hope.
Yeah.
All right, Grant. I'll tell you, this is not an easy one.
Oh God. Okay.
This is locations.
Okay.
In which country is the atomic bomb to be detonated in?
Oh.
I'll have to ask for the movie.
That makes perfect sense. The movie in this case is Octopussy.
Oh, this is. I don't want this to be a trick question. It's East Berlin, so the border of Soviet Union and Germany. It's Germany.
Correct. The answer is West Germany, which will take you to 15. Nicely done.
Yeah, I would hope we don't have any army bases in East Germany back then. Yeah.
It's good
Or at least a lot of clowns on standby.
Yes. Good job.
All right, very good. 15 points. Nicely done. Which finishes out this card. All right, we're moving along. So we'll roll the dice.
I'm going to miss that card.
Very good. All right. Rolling the dice once more. How is everyone loving this so far?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it's quite fun.
I
hope you do this again.
This is the purple/red, whatever you call that. Little rose red. All righty. So this is for Grant, right?
Is it?
No, did I lose my place? How did I do that?
Grant had the last one, but because he got it right,
Yeah.
does it go to him again? Or
No. The next one should go to Ed.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I see what I did. All right. All right. This is the films, and this is for Ed. Name one other Bond film. All right. This is another. Okay. Name one. I don't know why it's worded this way, but name one other Bond film that Robert Brown played M in. Essentially,
one
I'll explain.
other
What's
one.
that?
So it's written name one other one, presumptively knowing the first one he did. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I'll explain when you're done. But basically, just name one that he was in.
Living Daylights.
Living Daylights would be correct.
You win.
I finally got one right.
Yeah, it was weird. Basically, it has the Living Daylights next to it, and it says name another one. So basically it was just name another one other than that one. So
okay.
All right, Bond Complex. You are on deck, sir. This is an interesting one. This is vehicles. What is the name of Milton Crest's ship?
Damn it. Oh, tab. The West Crest, I think. West Crest. Wave Crest.
Wave Crest is correct, sir.
Good job.
Nicely done. Taking you to 16.
It's kind of funny how you curse your way into the answer.
Sorry.
Right?
It's a process.
It's my thought process. I have to think out loud.
That's okay. Good, Red. Yeah.
Okay. Now this is. I don't think I would have gotten this one. Well, I guess maybe with a hint. This is gadgets and weapons. Grant, this is for you.
All right.
With what does Bond kill Sergei Barsov? Sergei Barsov. Barsov.
I think I know that one.
You know what? I need the movie again. And then I'm going to, let's get the movie.
The movie is The Spy Who Loved Me.
The character's escaping me, and that's one of my favorites. Sergey. I'll have to pass it to the next one.
Sure. All right. Ed Swain, for 1 point, you can pick this up if you know it. With what does Bond kill Sergei Barsov?
Is this the ski pole explosive?
That is correct. The ski pole rocket gun.
I don't think I ever knew that was his name.
I didn't either. I honestly, I think once I saw I probably might have guessed it once I heard the name of the movie, but otherwise I would not have gotten that.
That's tough.
All righty.
In a very inconspicuous yellow jumper
it was very fashionable back then.
Exactly.
Part of action wear collection. Yep.
Very cool. All right, Mr. Swain, you are up next. This is a locations question.
Okay.
And the question is, Dr. Kananga is the Prime Minister of which Caribbean island?
That would be Saint Monique.
Yes, sir, it is.
Mm-hmm.
We miss you.
All righty, taking you to 13 points. This is becoming a competitive game. I like this. All right, Mr. Bond Complex, are you ready?
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right, he's ready.
Excited.
All right, crew and behind the scenes, who directed Diamonds Are Forever?
That's Guy Hamilton.
This is correct. Nicely done. Oh my God, this is gonna fly. I thought this was gonna take us quite a while, but I think we're gonna hit 21 pretty quickly. We might have to do a second game if people are up for it. All right, Grant, this one's for you. This is cast and characters. Are you ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
Who plays Emilio Largo?
Oof. I've got no clue on that one. Something about an M is ringing a bell, but I don't know close. He's certainly an Italian fellow, I can tell you that.
All right, Ed, this is for you. 1 point if you can steal it.
Oh, boy. This is Giuseppe McGillicuddy III.
The actor was Adolfo Celli.
Adolfo Celli, of course. That's a spicy meatball.
All right, I'll tell you what. We have we got a competitive game. We've got Well, I need glasses. 15 to 13 to 19. Is that what I'm looking at? This is 15, 13,
I don't know.
19.
That's going to test. I don't know.
Done. All right, that card is done. I just rolled the dice. Oops. If it's the rose again, should I do something different?
Whatever you like.
All right. Did I have yellow the first time as well?
Yes, that's yellow again.
The first time was yellow, right? All right.
Yeah.
Making an executive decision. I'm gonna.
Is that the die from Octopussy backgammon? You know.
Yeah, right. Double six, and I keep getting the same 2 colors every time, so it might be loaded. All right, finally, we're starting off with the green.
It's green.
Yes, sir. Grant, are you ready for your green question? This is locations.
Did I pass the last one?
Oh, right. This is to. I'm sorry.
My short-term memory is
that's true. So this is Ed's question, right? Ed got the.
I think it's.
Oh no,
okay.
Ed did not get the question, but it's still Ed's turn. He couldn't steal, but it is his turn. All right. And this is what did I just say? Green. This is a locations question. Mr. Swain, Bond chases the cigar girl in a cube boat along which waterway?
Oh, he was on the Thames in London.
That is correct. He was on the Thames. Which
yes.
Takes you to 16. Nicely done.
By the way, is it just me? But Joe, I think the audio I'm getting from you is not in sync with your lips. I think there's a bit of a delay. Are you guys getting that, Matthew and Grant? Are you getting that too?
That's on my end too, but I can hear you fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, not sure what that is. I've yet to do a live stream where everything was perfect. I'm not sure why that would be. Well,
Joe,
by the way,
if you were perfect, no one could afford you.
Yeah, well, I think if you're looking at me on the Skype, I'm guessing that is probably in sync, but there's probably a little delay on the, are you looking at me on Skype?
I'm looking at you on Skype. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
As long as the audience gets experience in sync.
Is the audience still here?
Yes, we got 55 people watching. All right, Matthew, you got to represent the Bond complex here. Now, this could be the game here. Are you ready, sir? No pressure.
Pressure, it's mine. I got it. Shoot. Or don't shoot.
And this is crew and behind the scenes. Your question is, who composed the James Bond theme that features in Moonraker's pre-title parachute sequence?
I'm going to say John Barry. The pre-titles?
Not correct.
Oh.
Grant, I will... For 1 point, would you like to steal?
Could you repeat the question though? I mean, I'll give it a shot.
Yes, and I think it. Well, maybe I should just read it, not comment on it. But who composed the James Bond theme that features in Moonraker's pre-credits parachute sequence?
Yeah. I want to say like Martin Hamlish came back and maybe did it. It's got some big band stuff, but that would be my best guess.
Yeah. I think they purposely made that sound a lot more complicated than it actually is. The answer is Monty Norman.
Oh.
But it's got a Moonraker logo next to it, and the question is just what it was.
Yeah.
He composed it. Okay, I guess that's the answer. But yeah, it does. I think that's essentially. It's definitely kind of tricky the way they worded it.
That was very tricky.
But Grant, it is now officially your turn.
Did he do the dun 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 when it Jaws fell in the circus? Did he do that?
I don't know if I did that one. All right. Grant, this is for you. Who plays Auric Goldfinger?
Gert Frobe.
That is correct.
Good job.
Although, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't do the voice. I think that was all dubbed. But
I believe you are correct with that, yes.
Well, yeah,
that was Michael something.
Oh,
you know.
That's extra credit.
Maybe someone in the chat room could fill that in. Michael something, I think it was.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, I know it wasn't a guy named Billy. I know that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Ed, are you ready?
Oh yeah, lay it on me, Joe.
Okay. What is Boris Grishenko's catchphrase?
Oh, your lipstick. What was it? Boris Rishenko's catchphrase?
Yes, what is...
I am invincible.
That is correct.
You knew he was going to get it by being that brash. And
Right?
yeah,
Oh, boy,
Mr. Iceman at the end.
This is quite a competitive game here. Now, so we've got 18. Grant O'Brien's got 18. Ed Swain with 19. And Bond Complex with 19. This is pretty much neck and neck. So, if Mr. Auclair is able to score 21, I will give Grant and Ed a chance to tie. And if they can, we will have to do a tiebreaker.
I'm so darn nervous.
Yeah, stakes is getting higher every round.
This is true.
Oh, goodness.
Pressure.
All right. Bond Complex, are you ready, sir?
Yes, I am, Joe.
What communication device does Bond have in his Bentley?
Telephone.
I will give you that one. It says a radio telephone. So I think that's perfectly valid, which takes you to 22 points.
Right.
Well done, sir.
Technically, I busted, so, I mean...
So basically, you should have asked me for the movie, and I would have got you 21. All right, so Grant O'Brien, you have a chance to... do I need another card? Oh, no, I don't. Grant O'Brien, you have a chance to... Well, you have a chance to get to 21. But you still get another chance.
That's yeah.
Alrighty. How does Mayday escape from the Eiffel Tower?
Oh. Via parachute.
That is correct.
An illegal one at that.
This is true. Taking your final score to 21, Ed Swain, you do have a chance to... But I need another card. I guess with the... I keep thinking I'm going to... I guess that makes sense. All right, I got to roll the dice for you, Ed.
Uh-oh. Yeah, other people have done it to me before, believe me. So.
All right. It is yellow.
Okay.
Probably should hold it up just so the whole world knows I'm not lying. All right. With a chance to tie, and this is a vehicles question. How does Bond survive from drowning in the Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud IL?
What he does is he gets air from the tire underwater.
That is correct. He survives by breathing air from the tires, which brings your score to 22. So we have a tie. So basically, here's what I suggest, that we will do a simple tiebreaker to 3 points. Or make it 5 points. Let's make it 5 points.
Living big. Okay.
Living big. Yes,
More exciting.
Let's go crazy. The points are free. Alrighty. So, Ed, I will start with you. I will simply go to the next question. What does Pam Bouvier have strapped to her thigh?
She's got a sawed-off shotgun. No. She's got a pistol.
That is correct. The answer is very simply a gun. In parentheses, it says a Beretta. Boy, I need glasses. 950 Jetfire. So that is correct. So you have 3 points, my friend.
I would have loved the sawed-off shotgun, though. That would have been something.
You said Pam Bouvier, and I just thought right away about that fight in the bar. She just, so I had to slow down,
I sneak that in. It would have been tough.
Yeah. Girl's got talent.
I thought about that.
Walking with a shotgun between her legs. That sounds wrong.
I wonder what the chat roll's doing right now.
Hey, I love Pam Bouvier. She's one of my favorites. But...
We need some background information on that.
At least he said shotgun and not hog leg. If he said hog leg, then it really would have been. This is a family show, sir. Pawn Complex, are you ready for yours? This is a locations question. Bond and Xenia Onatopp have a car chase on the road to where?
Monte Carlo.
That is correct.
Good job.
Already, this is a
Music still haunts me.
this is a competitive battle already.
Woof.
Ed, are you ready? Crew and behind the scenes.
Okay.
In what year was From Russia with Love first released?
63.
63 is correct.
Year.
Ups and downs.
You know, my dad, he was a stockbroker in Chicago when Dr. No premiered, and he and all the stockbrokers play hooky to see the premiere, the very first showing in the theater in Chicago.
Really?
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Bond Complex, are you ready, sir?
Yes, I am.
All righty. So this is crew. No, it's not. This is casting characters. The question is, who is the head of the Japanese Secret Service?
That would be one Tiger Tanaka.
Ding ding. That's exactly correct. All right, I can see that the idea of going to 5 points is not going to work. So basically, we're just going to keep going until somebody comes out ahead. So basically, whoever blows a question is the other one will probably be aware.
Uh-oh. I have to rely on Q Branch. Okay.
All right. Mr. Swain, this is for you. Bond shatters the glass floor of Gustav Graves' office using what?
You cut out, Joe. I just heard he disintegrates the glass floor of Gustav, and then you went silent.
I went silent.
Yep, there you are.
Sorry about that. Bond shatters the glass floor of Gustav Graves' office using what?
Using Gustav Graves' office. What was it? Was it a high frequency thing from the watch? I don't know. I'm not recalling this one.
It was not the watch.
No, I don't remember.
Bond Complex, for 1 point, you can steal it.
He'll win.
Single sonic agitator from his ring.
That's correct.
Ring, that's it. You're right.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm. I knew it was some Sonic, but I couldn't remember. Mm-hmm. Good job. Way to go, Matthew.
So Bond Complex, the winner of the very first Trivia Tuesday.
Woo! Good job. And the crowd goes wild. Right
little rough going, so thank you for kind of bearing with us, guys.
Oh, it's fun. I hope you do this again. It's really fun.
Same here. Yeah, I think this was like I said, I figured the first one would be a little rocky starting, but I think once we kind of got the hang of it, it was pretty good. Was it everything you imagined it would be?
We need to build you a set of like somebody who turns letters or flips a giant dice or something, and we're all set.
Edgar from the Bond Complex says, "Represent." Nicely done. You're getting rounds of applause, guys.
Yeah, I knew it. I kind of figured it'd be the thing where once we're off air, it'd be like, I knew that.
You were off by that.
If I was in the chat roll, I'd be typing away. It'd be kind of fun to see what everybody's been saying. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, just like you'd imagine, they're basically shouting out the answer. So. I wish I had.
Could you not?
I can't hear that. Everyone's screaming at me.
I know. I just, it happens. Oh, this is great. Good job, everybody. Way to go, Grant, Matthew. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Do you think we should do another one, or are we good for one night? You think?
Really up to you.
It's up to you, Joe. Had a section.
You guys want to do a quick one till, or should we just do another one? Well, let's see. That took us roughly, probably about a half an hour with all the little slow start. What do you think? You want to do it again?
Whatever you guys want.
All right.
I should get out before I make a complete fool of myself. But let's keep going.
Look, you guys. Like I said, honestly, I was kind of nervous going in. I said, I really hope this doesn't turn into a situation where somebody just kind of like doesn't have any. But you guys were neck and neck the whole time, so this was really good.
And it's those type of trick questions that either like or they're too hard. I think they're just right. There's some easy questions, but there's some like, okay, I can't. When it gets technical, you lost me.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's right.
Funny.
I figured some of these are going to be like just absurd easy, and then some are just going to be like out of left field. Like what?
It's funny because my family they think I know everything James Bond, but in this community, no.
Different league entirely.
No.
All right,
Amateur.
and the fellas in chat all said yes. Let's do another one. So I guess we'll go again.
So they're they want to, they're going to suffer through more of us, huh? Okay.
All right. I got to get more of that game show guy, like.
Yeah.
Hey, Grant O'Brien, tell me a little bit about yourself.
We need sound effects. Does anybody want a beer?
I actually,
out there.
I actually do have sound effects. You guys can't hear them, but I think the people watching hear them.
I can't wait for that.
Do you guys hear the sound effects in the chat? I hope so. Just like little dings and
People in the chat room, we don't hear any of that. So it's just.
Edgar says, defend the title, Bond Complex.
Oh, pressure's on. Pressure's on.
You know it. All right, I am rolling the dice, gentlemen. Here we go. And it is a green. So Grant is going to start with a green question. And the game is afoot.
All right.
Here we go. Locations for Grant O'Brien. Where is Dr. Alvarez's clinic?
It is in the Swiss Alps at Piz Gloria. Oh, Dr. Alvarez? I'm trying to remember if that's the cover name that Blofeld uses. I'm going to stick with that.
Well, yeah. Sorry. Ed, for 1 point, you can steal it. Where is Dr. Alvarez clinic?
Isn't it that island right off the coast of Cuba?
That is correct. The answer is Cuba, and in parentheses, Los Órganos. Nicely done. What's that? All right, Ed, so here we go. Now this is for you.
Okay.
This is crew and behind the scenes. They really should crew and behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, I guess. In what year was Casino Royale by Eon Productions first released?
2006.
2006 is
another fine year.
Another fine year. And you're off to a good start, my friend. Off with 4 points already.
Here we go.
Bond Complex. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Alrighty, for you, sir. Who kills Bond's airport chauffeur, Mr. Jones?
Mr. Jones. Isn't that Bond in Dr. No?
At this point, we don't know. Are you telling me? Or are you?
Yeah, I think that's my answer. That's my final answer, sir.
Final answer. Not correct.
Oh.
Grant, you can steal this if you so choose.
Jones kills himself.
Jones kills himself. This is correct. He kills himself with a cyanide capsule in Dr. No.
Yeah.
Is that the first one you got wrong, Matthew?
I know I got another one wrong, but this one you're right. Oh my God, that's embarrassing.
No.
Gotta blow my.
That was another tricky one. I don't know that I would have gotten that either.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
They throw you for a loop on that.
They do. Mr. O'Brien, are you ready, sir?
Yep.
Elliot Carver wants to start a war between which two countries?
The U.S. No, I'm sorry. It's Vietnam and China.
is incorrect.
Yeah.
Ed Swain, you can steal it?
Yes, it's between China and Great Britain, but you can also say the Allied forces too.
Right.
Well played. The answer is Great Britain and China. Nicely done. You're on a roll there, friend. All righty.
Wrong way to go in this game. Don't worry. So,
all right. The next question is vehicles. How does General Koskov get across the Czech-Australian border?
in a pig that cleanses the natural gas pipeline.
That is correct. In a pipeline pig. I didn't really realize that was actually a correct term. I didn't know that was. I mean, I heard it in the movie, but I thought that was like a slang word. I didn't know. Interesting. Okay. Alrighty. You're doing pretty good, my friend.
Bond movies are very educational, aren't they?
They certainly are. That is absolutely true. Okay. Here's an interesting one for the Bond complex. Are you ready, sir?
Yes, Joe.
Alrighty. Which countdown... Let me say it again, sorry. The countdown of the atomic device stops at what number?
7.
That is correct. And the movie, of course, is Goldfinger. It stops at 007. Nicely done. Alrighty, which means this card is done. I will roll the dice once more. Grant, you will be getting a blue question, which is casting characters. Are you ready, sir?
Yes.
Who plays Dominique Derval?
I'm laughing because I know the answers, and I see you guys' face.
The rest of the day. Yeah, I'll pass it to Ed.
Alrighty. Ed, you can steal it.
The one that's going to
Gosh, yeah.
Who played Dominique Derval?
Juan Rodriguez Momeli III. I don't know.
Can I say it at least? I don't care about the points. It's Claudine Auger.
That is correct. Claudine Auger played Dominique Derval, otherwise known as Domino.
That's true.
Alrighty. So, Ed, this is your question. And this is the films. How much do the players have to pay to buy into the poker game?
$10 million buy-in.
$10 million is correct. Nicely done.
The same as the buy-in for this trivia.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. People thought this was
Yeah, what are the prizes? We should have said, Joe, what are the prizes here besides dignity and honor? Funny women left and right. Do
I have anything
Oh, hi, hon.
All right, who's up? So the Bond complex is up. The question is vehicles. Oh, this is a hard one. I mean, maybe not. What is the registration of the Aston Martin DB5?
God, I give up. I have no idea.
No.
That's
Grant, do you want to crack at it?
The line from the line L comes to mind, but beginning with the actual. Now, when you say registration plates, do you mean the actual license plate?
It is the actual license plate, yeah.
Oh, MT216A.
He's got it.
What was that again?
I thought you were thinking of something else.
Say that again?
So in Goldfinger, I believe it's BMT 216A. I believe it's pretty close.
I think he's got it.
Boy, I tell you what,
Go ahead.
Well, I feel like I should give you that because the question is actually from GoldenEye.
Oh,
it is
214A in GoldenEye.
Ding ding, that works for me. All right,
gotcha.
Judges say you got that one. That is correct, and I don't know how you got that. I never would have got that.
I just want that car. So I'm actually building a little model of one right now, so that's the only reason.
Nice. All right, nicely done. You're on the board, my friend. And this is your question: weapons and gadgets. Major Boothroyd gives Bond which new gun?
This is me, Joe.
This is Grant. You saw that last one, right? So this is for Grant.
Grant. Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
sorry about that. Major Boothroyd gives Bond which new gun?
Walther PPK.
Walther PPK is absolutely correct. Nicely done.
Good job.
Alrighty. Ed Swain, are you ready, sir?
Oh yeah.
Okay. This question deals with locations. In what city did Patrice die?
He died in Shanghai.
That is correct, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you. Holy smokes. 14 points already. You are smoking this time, sir.
Well, thank you.
Nicely done. I definitely need like background music or something playing in the background as we're doing
Claudine Auger. I should have known that one.
this.
Yeah.
How do we know license plate but not Claudine Auger? Now,
Ball just so long, man.
Yeah.
Such a long movie. It's so long.
Well, she
It's based on
passed
true
away
story.
recently, so she must have been among
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true. All right, Bond Complex, are you ready, sir?
Yes, Joe.
All right. Who sang the theme song All Time High?
That's Rita Coolidge.
That is absolutely correct. Your score is now
Mm-hmm.
6 points. Alrighty, so Grant O'Brien, 5 points. Ed Swain, 14 points. And the Bond Complex, 6 points.
Wham, wham.
Alrighty, we're on to our next card.
Right.
And it's Poiple, which is gadgets and weapons. Grant, are you ready?
Yep.
Alrighty. What is Melina Havelock's weapon of choice?
That would be a
That would be correct. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
that's an easy one.
Don't mess with her.
Yeah. That'd be a rough way to go.
All right. Which takes you to 8. All right. Ed Swain, are you ready, sir?
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. So you have locations. Where does Carlos intend to destroy a prototype?
Where does Carlos intend to destroy a prototype?
Yes, sir.
Carlos.
And don't forget, you can ask for the film.
Yeah. When you first said Carlos, I immediately thought of. Let me go for a film, please.
The film is Casino Royale.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. What city does the attempt on the blowing up of the jet was in Miami?
That is correct. It is Miami International Airport. That would have thrown me off too. Carlos.
Yeah.
Carlos Demetrius? I didn't even know he had a first name, frankly.
Yeah. I didn't know that either. You said Carlos. I don't know. I was just licensed to kill, and I was thinking, what's that mythical country, Isthmus or whatever? And
Right. That's kind of where I would have gone too. Carlos would have meant nothing to me, really.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's prototype. You had to focus on prototype.
Yeah, it was like prototype and license.
That or Moonraker.
Yeah.
Right.
Good point. Yeah.
All right, Bond Complex. I will have to give you the name of the film for this one. The question is, who sang the title song? The film is Moonraker.
Shirley Bassey.
That is. I didn't even look, but I assume it's correct. That is correct. Nicely done. And actually, that's I'm getting so the everybody's saying, well, who the hell is Carlos? But I think what I'm forgetting, or what we're forgetting, I think that Carlos is the guy who Demetrius hands the bag to. So,
Right.
and I didn't realize that guy had a name either, quite frankly. So I guess that's why the Demetrius thing is not clicking for me. Okay.
Right.
He's got a spin-off, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. He and Mr. Wint and Mr. Kidd, they're. Yeah.
I'd watch it.
What's his name? Obano as a first name. Apparently, it's Stephen. In
Yeah,
Casino Royale.
yeah.
All right. Grant, we are back to you, my friend.
Yep.
Who plays Tatiana Romanova?
Oh man, that's another one.
Man, you guys get all the easy ones.
Oh, now he's getting boastful.
Yeah, that one has another. I feel like naming the actor.
Yeah.
I think my time's up. So yeah. That.
All right. Ed, you can steal it.
This is another one where if I was in a chat roll, I'd be going nuts. Doggone it. I just don't recall. The funny thing is, no, I'm reading the book From Russia with Love right now. It has nothing to do with the actress, but I can't remember.
No dice.
No dice.
The actress Bond Complex. You want it?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, actually, it's Daniela Bianchi.
Yeah.
There you go. Alrighty.
Rasm.
All right, but Ed, this question is for you.
For me, you said?
Yes. All
Okay.
right. This is for Ed. What is the name of Dominic Green's company?
Echo something or other, I think. Or is it just or is it something green? Doggone, here's another one. Is it Echo? I don't know. Is it I don't know. Green ecological. I don't know. Green ecological. I don't know. I just.
You're very close. Bond Complex. Can you steal it?
Yes, I can. I think it's Green Planet.
Green Planet.
Green Planet is correct.
Honestly, it's like this villain of the movie. It's not very original. It's such a. My name's Green. I'm gonna call my company Green Planet.
Right. Yeah. I'm green. I love the planet. We all want a green planet.
Pure evil.
Like gold. Yeah. Must love gold.
All right, Bond Complex. This is for you. This is a vehicles question. Who sacrifices themselves? Who sacrifices themselves? That sounds weird to me. Who sacrifices themselves to prevent the main strike mine from blowing up?
Ooh, that would be a Mayday.
Mayday is correct. Nicely done.
Get Zorin for me!
Get Zorin for me! Very good. All right, Grant, it is back to you, and we are rolling the dice once more. And it is rose red. Let's see. Who is Craig Mitchell, M's bodyguard, really working for?
He is working for Quantum.
Quantum is absolutely correct. Nicely done.
People everywhere! Oh, sorry, I got that one.
Nicely done.
Can't be trusted.
Absolutely not. Can't get
I used to work
anywhere.
for Quantum a long time ago. The pay wasn't that great. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Quantum, the resume stain.
Yes.
Mr. Swain, are you ready, sir?
Oh yeah.
All right, this is a vehicles question. What camouflaged vehicle does Bond use to access Octopussy's floating palace?
Oh, that's what I was thinking. What? Not what? Oh, it's a tricky question.
We both rolled our eyes.
Camouflage vehicle, the alligator. Yeah.
Absolutely. What does it say? Crocodile mini sub.
Crocodile.
Alrighty.
Apologies to reptilian lovers. Mm-hmm.
Which takes you 1 point away from 21. Nicely done. Bond Complex, are you ready, sir?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's see what we got for you. This is a gadgets and weapons question. What does Bond have on his parachute in the opening sequence?
A Union Jack?
That is correct. The Union Jack or the British flag in the movie, obviously, The Spy Who Loved Me. Nicely done. Which brings you to 16. Very good. Grant, are you ready, sir?
Yep.
Okay. This is a locations question. This is interesting. In which city do we see a Jeff Koons sculpture?
A what sculpture?
The artist, I guess, name is Jeff Koons, Koons. In which city do we see a Jeff Koons sculpture?
I'll have to get the movie.
The movie in this case is The World Is Not Enough.
If he's the guy that did the Guggenheim, then it would be Bilbao, Spain.
That is correct. I'm assuming it's probably the big. I'm gonna guess. You know, when you see the museum, but there's that big cat with the cover with the flowers, or whatever. I would assume that's probably it. All right,
good job.
Nicely done.
Good job.
Bringing you to 14 points. All right, Mr. Swain, are you ready, sir? This could be the game.
Uh-oh. Pressure.
Who sang the title song, You Know My Name?
Chris Cornell.
Chris Cornell is correct. Bringing you all the way to 23. I could let them finish out, but, well, I guess I'll do that. I'll let the other guys at least have their turns. Bond Complex, are you ready, sir?
Yes, I am.
All righty. The question is, who plays Blofeld?
Jeez.
I'm going to ask for the title of the movie.
The title of the movie is You Only Live Twice.
That's, what's his face from Donald Pleasance.
Donald Pleasance is correct.
I'm thinking Halloween in my head. What's his name? Donald Pleasance.
Very good. And Mr. O'Brien, we'll finish out with you, sir. Are you ready?
Yep.
And I have to get another card, which means I'm going to roll the dice. And you got orange, which is a crew and behind-the-scenes question. Oh, boy, this is an ugly one. Who was the production designer?
Sir Ken Adams? I mean, he was a set designer. That's what I'm going to go with, assuming that's what you mean. But
in a gazillion years, I would not have gotten this. The movie is Quantum of Solace, and he is Dennis Gassner.
Oh my God! I would never.
Never have known that.
Dennis would got.
That's it. All right. So, Ed Swain, nicely done. 23 points.
All right. Hey, thank you.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much again for kind of bearing with the little sluggishness in which we kind of got this ready.
No, awesome. This is fun. This is great. Yeah. And the crowd goes wild.
And the crowd is going wild. And everybody's saying Ken Adams, by the way.
Yeah.
Hey, so
when was this game published? What's the date on your Trivial Pursuit there, Joe? And what did you go up to?
I know I got this. I don't know.
I think there's more than one version, I believe.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure there are. Like, did I mention it?
I think we went up to Quantum. There was no Skyfall or Spectre, right? Yeah. We only went up to Quantum on that game. Mm. I mean, there could be a card about the other two, but...
Yeah, that's interesting. I kind of thought this was a little more current. Oh, wait, actually, no, excuse me. Wait, there are Spectre and Skyfall questions in here.
We just didn't get them.
We just didn't get them, yeah. But they are there. So.
And what's the toy... Is it an Hasbro game, or is it another toy maker game? Because I know they got the Hasbro, the license with Monopoly for Bond. They have the Bond Monopoly.
On this one, this is... I mean, it's got a Trivial Pursuit logo, so I don't know how that kind of works, if they license out to somebody else or whatever, but...
I would have to go on Wikipedia or online, but yeah.
So
the one I'd love them to make is a clue game, a Bond clue game. So get on that.
Different layers.
That'd be funny. Yeah.
That'd be funny.
So I wonder if sales are going to skyrocket for Trivial Pursuit James Bond because of this broadcast.
You know what? I tell you what. They're going to thank me when this is when they when they see the hundreds of views that this is going to get.
Oh, that's great. A lot of fun.
Good. I hope you guys again. Like I feel like I wanted to get you guys in very quickly doing this, but I kind of feel like you sort of ended up being more like the guinea pigs than the.
I'm actually going on Amazon buying the game right now. See if they have it on Amazon Canada.
Are you serious? You're doing it right now, man?
Yeah.
I will admit, in a moment of panic, I started looking for it. Couldn't find it anywhere. I was like, the other two guys got it. The only other ones out there.
Talia Green says, a clue game with the mode of henchman death would be amazing.
I remember when I was a kid, one of my neighbors had a James Bond board game with Sean Connery on the cover. Real trivia question for people in the chat row. What was the name of that? I don't know the answer, but what was the name of that game?
I think there's a Thunderball one I've seen around. I've seen it from like anywhere from $45 to a couple of $100.
It's probably $3.
I have this one of the scene. I might even have two. I feel like I have a scene that came in a bigger box, and then another one that came in a much smaller box. But like everything else, it's like, well, okay, who's gonna play it with me? No one.
Didn't stop me from playing it by myself. I definitely did. Sit on the TV.
Here we go, and buy now. And
you're buying online as we speak. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So I should have it by July 9th. Or between July 9th and July 30th.
So Matthew, you got to invite us back to play then when you get your edition, okay?
Of course.
And then Joe, we got to quiz you then, okay? You could be the contestant, Joe, okay?
I tell you what, I'm a little intimidated because some of these questions are pretty tough. Grant, I don't know. When Grant said the Aston Martin license plate, I was like, you have to be kidding. I never would have got. I probably would have gotten like B something. Maybe I would have gotten to BMT, then everything else would have just no.
And I think it was 4A in Goldeneye, and I think 6A in Goldfinger. But I'm building a model of one right now, and it's 6A. So, but that's the only reason in hell I would have known.
Oh, so you had a little inside. Okay, let's.
I'm building, yeah, right. But otherwise,
are you building the Lego set or something else?
No, Eagle Moss. There's a subscription. It's super cool. I mean, this community would really dig it. It's they'll send you a couple components a month, and it's it's all metallic, and it's just really nice quality. It's in its early stages right now, but I'll show it to you when it starts to take shape and stuff. Super cool. But the first thing they send you is the license plate. So I was looking at it,
That's
that's one.
It was fate.
I've seen those, and I've been really tempted. Those are really nice looking. If I had the room, like somewhere to display it, someplace like a workroom somewhere. It looks pretty awesome.
I'll show you as it starts to take shape. Which it's one of these models you kind of build over a year or two. Once it takes shape, I'll be happy to show you. It's going to be a beast. So I think it's 1/8 scale. It's pretty big, and it's heavy, but
nice. Bond.
I want to get a
Bond Armory is working on that. He says I'm on the tail end of my sub. 7 more boxes to come.
Cool.
Yeah. Josh had a great idea.
Wow.
He said, "The hell with this. Let's play Bond Girl Twister."
And the crowd really goes wild. Yeah.
There was another podcast out there that did a James Bond fantasy draft, which I thought was the coolest idea. Not to rip off of them, but I mean, basically you build your own Bond movie using all the characters and the gadgets, and that would be a trip. I mean, this community would be a riot. But
before I forget, on the way home today, I thought this was kind of a good sign given what we would be doing now. I saw a DB11. And I thought, nice, got to get me one of those or a DBS or something. Right. But it looks gorgeous. It's beautiful and sunny today. It just gleamed. You know, yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, I had mine. I had to go with the small one, unfortunately. The model size is about the extent of my budget.
I have the Hot Wheels. I'm good with those.
Yeah, a lot of fun, really cool. So, Joe, what do you think? Are you going to be a contestant next time? I would encourage you.
Well, I'll tell you what. I would love to if I can work it out somehow, but I would have to hand off the actual card duties.
I think that could be done.
Oh yeah,
I think it'd be done.
I think
Yes.
I'd have to. I tell you what, if somebody else, I could certainly set it up where I'm actually sort of doing the technical
glad to
work,
help.
but somebody else just sort of gets just reads the questions. I could swing it.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Zaritsky and Scott, that could get pretty ugly. I think.
Buying.
Yeah, we'd love watching it.
It would be fun. I'll have to try to work that out. See if I can make that happen.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, like I said, I might be a little intimidating, so we'll see.
Oh, you could do it. You could do it. It'd be just like us. You'll think of it
thing.
afterwards. Yeah. Yeah, tournament. Yeah. Like NCAA, you know, single elimination, you know, get everybody. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. That is a good. We might have to do it like after doing this a couple times. We'll have to have all the champions come back for like a battle for the ultimate champion of Bond Trivia.
I could have sworn Matthew had nothing wrong in the first series, but you were on a roll. Yeah.
I fumbled the second one. Like that car question really like messed me up, and Mr. Jones, like that was a trick question. That was good though. I appreciated that.
I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say I did a quick Wikipedia scroll just to get just a refresh on the names, and I didn't even know his name was Jones. And I mean, I had to refresh my memory that was even his name. Not even sure if his name was ever said. But
no, I feel like now that you say that, I feel like once I read it, I was like, oh yeah, I feel like I can hear Sean Connery going, you know, Mr. Jones, you know, hands on the wheel, Mr. Jones, or something like that. I'm pretty sure he does say it. Yeah. The Carlos one, I was like, what?
That was weird. Yeah, I just instantly thought of License to Kill. You know.
Sure.
Your brain plays tricks on you because it's got these triggers. You know, you're used to a word or whatever, an image. You know, that's why I went fast, and like two or three times I went too fast. You know, but I was just happy. I remember when I got the first one right, the first one wrong. It's a relief, frankly, with both. You know.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, this is fun though. This is really good.
Yeah. I got a good crowd,
job,
by the way.
Joe.
Paul Cariazzi, hello. My good friend Paul Cariazzi is watching in the chat.
All right, very good.
Definitely need to bring him in.
And
I still have my.
yeah.
Oh my God! You gotta.
Nice.
I have the DVDs, the CDs, somewhere in my shelf.
Very good.
I still have my original cassette somewhere handy. I even have the subliminal for agents that he did. Yeah, and this one I've had forever. And then I also got the big CD set. It was great.
That's good.
Wow, Paul's in Japan. Oh my God, what time is it there, Paul? That he's I can't even imagine. You must
Joe,
be
how is your new edition coming?
Volume 2?
Mm-hmm.
Slowly.
Yes.
Yes, no, it's moving, it's coming slowly. But I think I will have a little more time to dedicate to it very soon. I feel like every time people ask me about it, I'm just like, don't even talk, because unless you have some.
Joe, I'll tell you, I'm already thinking about Volume 3. It's like 125. I don't think about it. I'm thinking about 126 right now.
I know the first time I do like something where I actually announce like, okay, Volume 2 is finally done. I'm going to be like 3, 2, 1. When's Volume 3 coming out?
I'll be cool. It'll feel great when it's done. You know, one thing I was doing to get ready for No Time to Die was start rereading all the Fleming books in order. And then, of course, they moved the movie to the right. But I tell you, it's been really cool to go back to the Fleming books and read them in order. And I think what I'm going to do, I think I got someone suggest this in the chat for one of our previous live casts. that once finishing Fleming to go on to the non-Fleming Bond books, and then throw in some, non-fictional ones too,
Yeah.
and
I highly
it'd be
recommend
fun.
that you do that.
Hmm.
And reading them in order is, especially when we did our reviews and discussion, you see the progression of the character, but also Fleming as a writer, how he improves, how he experiments.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. And
Yeah.
the continuation novels, you have some great ones. You have some.
Right.
In true James Bond form.
And
Yeah.
they're not
Yeah.
all, but they he has some terrific plots that are like,
Yeah.
what's the one, Roll of Honor, that I have behind me, and it's basically Bond goes rogue and he gets hired by Spectre, and you think it's gonna be like a more intense and a little bit darker than it actually ends up being. Like the idea of Bond going rogue is awesome in my mind, but the way it's written, it's kind of murky, and his female characters are always these they're really muddy. That's the best way I can describe them. They're not well defined most of the time. They're very interchangeable. That's my French accent coming through.
I think you just invented a new word. Interchangeable.
I'm French. English is not my first language, so
You're doing great.
Your
I mean,
English
that's
is better than
fantastic.
mine, my friend.
Yeah.
I used to date an Anglophone girl. That's how I learned to use my tongue.
I can speak French. Chevrolet de coupe.
Chevrolet de
Open the door.
open the door. Ouvre la porte.
Did you guys see the video that Calvin had done a thing on it? The video that kind of broke out. It was like rearranging how you should watch the Bond films.
Yes.
What did you guys think of it?
The thing on IGN?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was to try to put order into something that was non-intentional. It gets too chaotic, and I think that's one of the things too about this whole Bond thing, where some people can get really serious about it and go off the deep. But one of the things that I love about Bond is that you can just let go and have some fun. Enjoy some of the silliness, enjoy when it gets serious. Just be grateful for all of it. I think it's just a lot of fun. I mean, I've got great childhood memories, and then all the way as an adult. I mean, it's just a lot of fun, and introducing my family to it. It's just I think it's just a lot of fun. And when people break it down and get too serious about it, I think they're kind of losing the point.
Sure.
It's something to just be enjoyed and have fun with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm relatively new to this community. I mean, and I'm just used to everybody loving Daniel Craig or Sean Connery, but then you come here and I find all like the Roger Moore loyalists, which I am one as well. And that's because it's for that very reason, I think. It's like we sort of know how to kind of cut loose and just enjoy the campiness. I mean, I love the Roger Moore movies, and that's so much more common here. That's why we love it. We love them for its
absolutely
freakness.
I show my age.
I thought the IGN video was really interesting, and I kind of liked it a little more than Calvin did, because I kind of thought that I mean, again, it's all extremely tongue in cheek, and it's kind of with a very big wink that you would try to sort of put them in a different order, and some of the logic didn't really fit, because there were some times when it was like they were actually trying to that's why this actor is here, this is why that actor is there, and this is how this. It's like, well, but you're kind of defeating. Like, the whole point was that this is one actor playing James Bond. So what does it matter?
Right.
Who's playing Moneypenny? Who's playing Q? Etc.
Right.
But with that said, I did kind of like the idea of it, like because I mean, for one thing, he talks about how we went from Quantum to Skyfall, and Bond is already over the hill. So I thought, okay, so it's sort of breaking that out and doing the whole, and then he kind of lined up all the Spectre stuff, and then finishing out with Roger Moore when he's much older, View to a Kill, etc. I kind of was like, all right, it's fun. I mean, again, it's all just sort of just mind games, really. the end of the day, unless like somebody knows somebody who's literally never seen a Bond film, and it's like, okay, here's the order I'm going to present it to you. Otherwise it's just silly fun. But I did find it kind of just, at least again, just sort of brain candy, really.
Right. Yeah, it's intriguing, no doubt about it.
It's just an excuse to rewatch the films in
Yeah.
the end, but it's minutia. I mean, we have an expression in French, s'enfarger, in Quebec, s'enfarger dans les fleurs du tapis, which roughly translates to tripping over the flowers in the carpet. It's really minutia when you start analyzing, but if it enjoys your viewing experience, knock yourself out. I mean, it's death. What is it? The theory, death of the author, which is basically you can sort of see what you want to see in the art that you're viewing. It doesn't really matter what the artist's intention was. So if it improves your viewing experience of watching it in that order, you know what? They made it's a fun theory. It's like the codename theory. It's a fun theory.
Right.
Was it their intention?
Right.
I don't think so, but
No.
it's another excuse to watch the movies, which I'm all in for.
Right.
Absolutely.
There you go. Right. If it makes you, and again, who's really, like, it's not like somebody's going to sit down and do a 24 movie marathon just because IGN says so. But it's all good point. By the way, Lloyd Nance, thank you, brother. I got a super chat from Lloyd Nance. Thank you.
Oh.
All right, Lloyd.
Which again, I didn't even know was a thing.
The Bond influencer, Lloyd, right?
What's that?
Lloyd from the Bond influence.
Correct. Is that the one? I think so. It sounds about right. By the way, Camino1991 says, tell them about Bond Mania on Facebook. He has a page on Facebook called Bond Mania. Check it out.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
Facebook, and I'll like his page live. Bond Mania, you say?
Bond Mania.
Matthew, I like how you just take action. You implement. You don't just ponder. You act. Look at that. Look at that.
Man of action.
That's it.
Yeah. I like that. So that's good.
What's that?
I've got great memories though with Bond. I remember I shared this with Joe previously, but the first Bond movie I saw in the theater, my dad took me to, was The Spy Who Loved Me, and I could still remember the opening scene. Everybody in the audience cheered when the parachute opened up. It was just, it's like boom, like that's it. We're having fun, and I mean they're clapping, they're cheering. And it was like, I'd seen them on TV, but that was the first one in theater. And that just was such a moment. And I could just remember it like it was it wasn't yesterday, but I could remember it like it was yesterday. Yeah. And that's just like, that's why these are such fun movies. And like the folks, like the three of you and the people in the chat room, everybody's got super fond memories. Maybe when, your dad or your parents took you to a Bond movie you saw on TV, or there was your Bond moment where you said, this is just a lot of fun. And what a great way to celebrate it. And now, we get to do, this on YouTube and various podcasts, what have you, and really enjoy it well beyond the movie time in 1976 or something. And so that's what's, really cool. And I'm very grateful for, all the folks in our community. It's just a lot of fun. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Agent Debonair said, I would love for the theaters to play the entire series again. I used to, when I was younger, I always had a fantasy. I said, if I really hit it big, I would love to own a movie theater. And I remember thinking, like, I would love to have like a small movie theater and be able to do, maybe even like once a year, do like a Bond marathon.
That'd be fun.
And I'm like, what would my dream, marquee be? Which movies would I pick?
I got the idea. Let's do it. Okay, so Matthew, we need your implementation. Okay, so you just, if it's sown in your heart, you honor it, right? Let's rent a movie. Let's find a way to get the rights and do an event. It's going to be a weekend or whatever. We don't do them all, but we could do we could find a way to pull this thing off and see it in the theater. Let's do that.
I'm gonna blow your mind because in Montreal, I've become friends with a few people who handle some of the big festivals in Montreal, which one of them is Fantasia, and I've made friends with, and I won't share his information online, but he's a film collector, like a 35 millimeter print film collector, and he actually owns a few of the movies. And I think it's last October, September, we saw a 35 millimeter of You Only Live Twice, and he owns some of the classic ones on Her Majesty's Secret Service. He was actually going to, were actually going to present an event in last month that was canceled because of COVID-19. We're doing we're supposed to do a little presentation in front of You Only Live Twice, but he has GoldenEye. I think he has The Spy Who Loved Me. I think he owned the Moonraker for a while, but whenever he does showing in Montreal, I'll let you guys know so that those who can make it to Montreal, I can share the details and we can do a little something, I guess, whenever this COVID-19 goes away. Because right now, going to movie theater is I'm gonna steal another franchise, Mission Impossible.
Tim Gucci
All right,
says
Joe.
owning a movie theater is not as glamorous as it sounds. Yeah, I think
That's
did
why
we
I
talk
said
about
we
that
could
before?
Is that
one
Bud?
out.
Is that Bud?
We're going to rent one out, so
Like
we can make it
boat.
an event out of
I want
it.
a friend with a boat, not the boat itself.
I think probably as soon as I hit it big and I buy Palmyra, that might be how I end up. I'll just put a theater inside the house somewhere. I probably know exactly where it's going to go.
But it would be fun to just see some of the older movies on the big screen. That would be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
I have to say, when I saw Moonraker, and it's like a copy that was 50 years old, you can, like, especially the beginning, the composite with the astronaut, you can see everything, but the colors, like you can see like scratches and dust and everything, but the colors have never looked as good as they did with that print. I was amazed.
That's cool.
And after seeing the movie, we went in the projection booth, and the projectionist actually explained to us that, like, the print that we were watching was actually printed, I think, on nylon, if I might be mistaken, but he says, like, the print is gonna actually, like, decompose it before it loses its color vitality. It's gonna rot away before it becomes becomes bad. So I'm like, wow. It was a really good-looking 50-year-old print.
Nice.
I hope you can watch one of those movies in 35 millimeter prints on the big screen. It is worth your time.
I've been lucky and I've seen a couple of them on the big screen, and I remember seeing On Her Majesty's Secret Service on the big screen, and I remember watching it, and just even the opening fight in the water. I remember just kind of going like, wow, this is how you need to see a movie, because I remember the light coming off the water was bright. Like, it was very sparkly. Not to sound like Rain Man, but it was, it was like the highlights on the water were so bright, and you were just like, wow, like, you kind of don't even realize sometimes how the TV just can't. And this is going back a couple of years now, probably, wow, could be like 15 years ago already. But like, so I guess the Blu-rays are better for that. But honestly, I remember just saying to myself, like, just watching this on the big screen is so different.
Absolutely. Yeah. Gosh, it'll be fun,
Are you guys planning to upgrade your collection once more to 4K? Or even, apparently, they're talking about 8K now? Or are you fine with...
When it never ends.
It's so true.
I mean, I went digital. I have it on iTunes. I'm kind of hoping that they just upgrade it for me every time, because I was just, just like your background there. I've got boxes and boxes of every edition, and when does it end? But no, I mean, when they did the special edition Blu-rays a couple years ago, I think they didn't do the full series. I was kind of waiting. I was holding out for that, and they didn't do all of them, so I passed on it. But I mean, hey, they know that we'll buy them if they do it.
It's. I tell you what. I mean, I seriously thought, once I had this one, I said, this has to be the last one I ever get.
Yeah.
This has to be it, right? I mean, I knew, like, as new movies come out, I'll have to get those, but yes, 4K. I don't know. I possibly. I mean, they're kind of getting to where, like, it's kind of getting to be a question. Like, is the resolution even better? That now instead of sort of showing more, instead of making the movie look better, is it starting to make it look worse? Because now you're seeing things that they didn't really intend you to see. I don't know, but I mean I might be looking at it differently, but or looking at it wrong. But yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm all about convenience. I just want digital copies anymore. Like to me, it's if I have to put a disc in my player, and my player is really really noisy, so I'm like, once it goes, I'm not buying another one. This is it. This is my physical media.
Yeah.
I'll keep the disc for safekeeping in case like there's a movie that is never put on disc. But I'm like, I am done with physical copies.
I hate I hate to admit it too, but I'm sort of the same way. Honestly, it's kind of because everything is streaming and the movie is always somewhere. Whether it's kind of like digital downloads that I'm actually getting from people that I can actually store, or just stuff on Netflix or Amazon. Like, it sometimes doesn't even occur to me to grab a movie off my shelf anymore.
Right.
It's like if somebody says, "Hey, let's watch Casino Royale," I kind of know like which streaming has it, or I know where I can get it, so I hardly ever even grab it. So it's a tough one. And I tell you what, it's so funny. A few months ago, I remember my internet went out, and I remember sitting there kind of going like, "Wow, well, what do I do?" And I was looking at, I mean, I have, besides my Bond movies, I mean, I have like a whole shelf of Blu-rays. And I'm kind of looking at them going like, isn't that what I got those for? For just, like just to watch them? But it just doesn't even occur to me now to grab those because of all the streaming stuff.
Yeah.
I threw away all my DVD and Blu-ray boxes away. I think 2-3 years ago. They are in a binder under my coffee table, and I never picked those up. I'm like, I got Amazon Prime, got Netflix. I'm like, and if there's a movie that I want to watch, which is not, I'm like, is it on sale? How much is it? Oh, let's buy it. It's rare. Like I'm.
Shamir made a good point with all the edits now going on. He says I don't trust digitals anymore because you never know when they're going to do so they're going to delete something, edit something, etc. So that's a good point.
That's a good point, but it depends on the movie and who owns the movie, which brings another point, which is like the big rumor going around for past couple of years is that the Broccoli and Wilson might actually sell the franchise, and I don't remember who did that drawing of like it was sort of a something about Bond being bought by Disney, and it was a very kind of suggestive image with sort of the Mickey Mouse on his junk, and I'm like, that's my nightmare scenario that Disney buys Bond, and the way they treated Star Wars, I don't want to I don't. Those movies have their fans, and good on you, but I don't think it's the way you run like a series. I don't think it's and Ian, honestly, right now I think you posted something about the recent rumor that they're planning to do like a female Bond spin-off.
Oh gosh!
And to me, you plan a spin-off when your own franchise is running on all like fully running on all steam, everything's going fine, and I don't think they've been that consistent since the late 90s. I think The World Is Not Enough is the last movie, like that 3-movie sequence of GoldenEye, The World's Not Enough, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World's Not Enough. They're on top of things, and since then there have been.
So Matthew, if Disney buys Eon Productions, Bond says The World's Not Enough. Disney goes, it's a small world. Duh.
After all.
They'd film in Epcot to save on travel costs, to go to different countries, So who knows? But I don't know if Ian's going to sell. Who knows?
I honestly.
Who knows?
I've wondered before if the Bond universe, or if the Bond franchise is really ripe for universe expansion, because that if Disney bought it, that's what they would try and do. They try to get every penny out of it. But I've thought over the years, it'd be kind of interesting. Like I would love to see certain, like I mentioned it on another stream ways back, but like I would love to see Silva's backstory. That's an interesting backstory to me. There's a couple other villains. I'd be interested to see their story without Bond in it. But at the same time, Bond is the thread that ties all these elements together. And with a movie without him, I think that would be the danger of going, leaving the Broccoli family. So yeah, I'm with you guys. I want to see them hang on to it, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of work. I'm sure that it's not easy giving up a family business of 60 years.
But but the thing is too. I mean, honestly, I don't really see any younger generation stepping up to be the new. I mean, Barbara Broccoli grew up in that family and took over the company. I don't really see. I mean, I know Michael Wilson has a son, but I don't really see him being very, wanting to do that.
I don't think right now, if he was
business, or active in running the business, are they?
I think they're starting to get involved, but I mean, how involved was Barbara Broccoli back in like '87 when she was like stitching like stuntmen on the set of Living Daylights? I mean, I hope it stays in the family. To me, that's what makes the Bond franchise special. And if you lose that, you kind of lose the essence, the artistic license also in a way, because it's a weird thing that it's passed from like the Fleming to Broccoli and Saltzman to Broccoli to his stepson to his daughter, and hopefully it keeps on going because it's sort of a creative legacy and it's unique in film entertainment. That they're like Star Wars is no longer in the control of the only thing that was sort of like Bond in the way that it was controlled was Star Wars, but Lucas is not involved in anymore. Roddenberry has been dead for 20 almost 30 years now that the Roddenberry's been dead, has had no impact on this franchise. So it is unique that it still is somewhat guided by not necessarily the original creator, but the it's kind of like king that inherits the throne. It's unique. And I find it fascinating, and I think if they were to sell it, it would lose its essence and become somewhat meaningless.
I mean, not to mention the decades that the family has spent just battling, just fighting for it. I mean, and I'd hate to see them just around now. They got their arch nemesis back after half a century almost, and for them to. Yeah, I still want to see what they're doing with that character, with Blofeld. I mean, that's they I don't love what they've done with him thus far, but if they do reboot with a new actor, I'd like to see what the Broccolis, had in mind.
I hope the next one's good. I mean, I'm going to start there before we think about the future of Eon. I just hope No Time to Die is really. I mean, I thought the trailer looked great, and without getting any other thing, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but the what I've heard recently, let's just say, I'm like, I'm a little worried to say the least. But I still have high hopes, and I just hope it's a fun, great new movie. And we'll see what happens after that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, real quick, I think I saw Lorenzo in the chat. Lorenzo's got a birthday in a matter of hours.
Oh,
all right.
So happy birthday, Lorenzo!
I think he's turning 30. I think
so too. Yeah. Lorenzo, I sent you something. I don't know if you're going to get it by tomorrow because they said because of COVID things are a little slow, but hopefully. But happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, Lorenzo.
All right.
Yeah.
Birthday.
I'll tell you what. It's funny too. Yeah, just today. It was today, yesterday, or the day before. I heard the rumors that they're going to do a female spin-off, and I'm like, are you guys kidding? Like, have you not noticed it takes them 5, maybe 6 years to make one movie? How are they going to make like a whole universe of spin-offs?
You know what?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not against that idea. It's just clean your house. Like, you got to get the ball rolling. You know what I had this idea in the last 24 hours since you posted that thing. You know what they need to do? Like, Eon and Jan Fleming publication need to like merge into this one entity that just produces Bond content, whether it's books, movies, video games, music. What the hell they need to do? Like portable games, they need to like drinks, board games, whatever. Like they need to like unite in one entity. Like they're trying to do with Star Trek right now, which is to like I think the company that own like the are kind of merged into one like ball, and they're trying to like just make Star Trek, and they should do that with Bond. Like the Fleming estate, Eon Production merge together, become this single entity that just, let's throw as much Bond out there. Let's turn the valves, and you don't need a cinematic universe. You just need content. And that's the thing that I think Marvel does great is they have cartoons, they have video games, they got comics, and Bond has all of these elements, but they're not under one roof. You got comics, but they're not, they're this little thing. They got books every couple of years, and video games. We haven't had one since, I don't remember. Did you count Bloodstone or that horrible mobile game, James Bond, The World of Espionage, as the last game?
Oh, right.
Sorry, I'm rambling.
Yeah, I would love to see the games get back into a worthy developer because I think games have just evolved. I mean, like I love GoldenEye 007 for this it being this kind of historic milestone for those games. But I mean, I thought Everything or Nothing was a blast, and then they canceled the development. Yeah, I mean that'd be a great way to sort of make these 5-year waits for us more tolerable. And games have just become this medium that are so much more sophisticated now than it was in '97. But
so Grant, do you think because of tonight's episode of Trivial Pursuit and James Bond, that's going to stoke the juices for gaming?
You watch. We single-handedly brought back the James Bond gaming industry.
I hope
this was the night. Mark your calendar. This was the moment. Okay.
You were there.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my
board
God.
game. The Clue. Look, they haven't made a Clue board game with
I
James
love
Bond
that.
on it. Even the Simpson one, but they got the license. As were the license. They made Monopoly. They haven't made. So frustrating.
Clueless.
Yeah.
Kananga was killed on the island with a gas pellet.
Right.
That's ridiculous. No, shut up.
I mean, Clue would be easy to do. Clue would be nothing. And Monopoly. I mean, Monopoly you could do really easy. I'm surprised they haven't done that. That'd be cake. Yeah, I tell you, I wish they did the video games again too. I don't know why they don't, because like you said, I mean, it's so. I would think the games these days are just so easy. Like how hard, like they make these first-person shooters that are just like ridiculously realistic and stuff. I mean, I can't imagine it'd be really hard to just do one of those for James Bond, and do a really good one. So you guys, we were talking about this before. What do you guys think about Disney taking over? Because if you asked me, like, how long ago? Like, I'm trying to pre-Star Wars, when Marvel was going crazy, and you had the Iron Mans, and you were building up to the Avengers, I would have said, give James Bond to Disney. They can totally do this with no problem. And then 3 Star Wars movies come out, and you're just like, do not let them touch James Bond. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Right now, though, I'm to me, it's like, let's keep the main thing the main thing. Make a great movie and make them more frequently. And that's not, it's been very difficult when you're talking a half a decade or more. It's very frustrating. So before anything else, games, books, whatever, I'd like a great movie made more frequently. I mean, to me, that's number one. If Ian could do that, that'd be great. Now, are some of the delays Daniel Craig driven because they were so wedded to him coming back and they accommodated him with Othello and everything else? To a certain degree, yes. But I think there's a little bit of a witness of fatigue that I think we've all kind of seen. But so what's going to happen with Ian, we don't know. But I think this next movie is really going to tell the tale. And I'm forever hopeful. What can I say? Forever hopeful and positive that it's going to be a great one. But, I do have my dukes up, kind of bracing for impact a little bit, Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'd say whoever gets the franchise next, I would like, if the Broccoli's keep it or if it goes to Disney, whoever it is, I want them to think out the arc of the character for their entire tenure from the get-go. It shocks me that Disney bought Star Wars and they hadn't thought out that full trilogy from the get-go. I think that's pretty clear that wasn't mapped out in the early stages. So whoever gets it, that to me is the big thing. I mean, whoever can actually fully think about out this character arc from start to finish deserves it, because I don't see us going back to those, one-off adventures anymore. I think that just in our day and age, we're doing character arcs now. So if Disney says they want to do that, then I think they deserve a crack at it. But otherwise, if they're doing it for the universe building, that I don't think I'm right for that.
So Matthew, is it true that you still want a spin-off series centered around Rosa Klebb? Is that true?
That's more Edgar's thing. That's not my thing. That's Edgar's thing. I believe Edgar would want an entire cinematic universe based on Rosa Klebb. He's got the sexy poster in his apartment. I've seen it.
They're still pushing for the Jinx spinoff.
Yeah.
Would have been.
You know what? Oh, sorry. Because as one of my side job that I had before the COVID-19, there's a promotion company in Montreal, and they help promote the some different studios movies, and sometimes I did presentations for them for Marvel movies, and sometimes it was in other studios, and I saw the care that Disney puts in distributing their films in different markets. Because here in Montreal, we have francophone and anglophone markets, but they're very careful. How the movie's presented, the presentation, and it's noticeable in the way they approach the marketing. And I've seen other studios where it's a little bit, not as careful. You want the Disney distribution, but I think they meddle too much with their product. And as somebody who's also worked, I worked on and I signed an idea. I can't tell you, but it's not a big movie. It's something on Disney Plus. But I worked on a Disney movie, and I'm not even in the end credits to tell you the truth. I came in the tail end, but I
Are you in the beginning credits then?
No, not in the credits at all. I was not on the movie for a long time, but
Still
I
cool.
saw how the sausage is made, and it's going to be interesting after this COVID-19 is finished, because movies that you don't think cost a lot of money actually cost a lot of money, and I don't think a lot of studios will be willing to put as much money in movies if movie theaters are still a thing, because profit margin on those things is very, very, very tiny. So hopefully, I mean, the Bond franchise has not always relied on spectacle and explosions. Like, you look at Doctor No, it's a low budget movie. It's like $1 million. They used to they'll rely on more like weird stuff, like characters, kind of weird location, and not we're gonna have like 7-minute single shot in Mexico, which is like and it's the same thing that Sam Mendes did for 1917. It's all that trick photography, which it looks like the end product looks amazing, but it costs probably so much money just to make that sequence look good that it digs into your profit margin. So Disney distribution, but the Disney filmmaking, a lot of studios are going to have to rethink their big tentpole movies if movie theaters are still a thing once the COVID-19 situation is finished. Because I don't know if people will still be willing to go to movie theaters, to be frank with you.
Isn't it amazing when you think about it that they postponed the movies so many times and so long that they literally pushed it to where there might not actually be a such thing as movie theaters anymore? Like, this is actually a point of discussion. Like, are we going to have actual theaters when we're done?
Blame Danny Boyle. That's his fault.
Oh my god. Well, gentlemen, listen. I gotta wrap this up at some point, but I absolutely love this, and I'm seeing now the format. We'll do some trivia for a little while, and then have like a little forum for a while.
Oh, this is good. Thank you, Joe, for inviting us. It's been a lot of fun. And thank you, Grant and Matthew. It was really fun playing with you, and for all the folks in the chat roll. This has really been a fun night. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you, guys. Seriously, thank you so much. And honestly, we'll definitely do this again, and we'll figure out when the next one's going to be.
Thank you for having me too, man. Appreciate it. It was a blast.
So are you saying at the end credits here, Joe, you're going to say James Bond Trivial Pursuit will return? Is that what you're going to do?
I tell you what, I will definitely have to do that. And that, like I said, thank you everybody for dealing with the little clunkiness in the beginning. And but I think now that we kind of got a little dry run, I think we're pretty good. I think next time we should be a little smoother.
Very good.
Super fun.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, and we'll do this again soon.
Excellent.
Take care, all.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
À la prochaine.
See ya.
Take care.